Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another delightful episode on all things well-being. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn, and this is Giovanni, and we are here to talk to you today about every day is Thanksgiving. I'm actually going to go out on the deck. It is hunting season. We talked about it, which probably a little tough to relate to if you're not living in northern Vermont or maybe someplace super rural, but you're taking your life in your hands. No offense to hunters, it's a cultural thing. It's all good. And it was actually cool to see more girls out with their dads and some moms. I mean, that's been actually kind of neat because they're out bonding and talking. And I mean, it's not my thing, but I think that I don't know. It's just really cool when families are getting together and doing things like that. However, you are taking your life in your hands if you go out during rifle season. So we're going to talk about it. It might sound cheesy, but guess what? It isn't. You know, my degree's in cognitive psychology, and I could talk about neurons all day long without one bored minute. And so here's the thing, Minecrafters. Every day is Thanksgiving. Every single day. And, you know, I've told you my routine. That we can talk about priming our day, too, because it's just so freaking important. Every day when I get up, actually before I get up, open my eyes, and I'm grateful to open my eyes. Like, hello, another day here. And actually, our room is right there, so when I wake up, I look at that, okay, the beautiful mountains up here. So I say thank you before like in my head. And then when sometimes in my head, sometimes I just yell it out loud, but I try not to yell because my husband sleeps in a little bit. And then I swing around, put my feet on the ground, and I say thank you. And I don't get into all this verbiage. Just in my mind, I'm thinking of my spine works, my legs work, my feet work. I'm in divine health. I have no health issues. Amen. So I'm just saying thank you. I don't say all that stuff, right? And then from there, I go to my windowsill and pick up my gratitude journal. Because that's going to, we talked about that earlier, that's about the 20-second rule. If we're going to keep up with something consistently, and that's research demonstrated, that's not like touchy-feely, something I pulled out of somewhere. You know, that's actually real. And Sean Aker talks about it in his Happiness Advantage book. So because I have to walk right by my gratitude journal to get out of the bedroom. So I rarely miss. And it was just recently, actually, because we're now renovating another room in the house, that my gratitude journal was put somewhere by some well-meaning family member, and you know, drop cloths and all this stuff, and I went like 2 days like without it because I couldn't find it. And I started to feel it. I really, just like when you run for a while and then you don't run, like I felt it. So okay, gratitude journal. So this is the thing, this is so important. Very Marty Seligman, father of positive psychology. It's so important to write. I think he does 5. I have my students do 3. Every day. It has to be every day. You know, to as much as you can. I don't say every very often. Obviously, you might miss one here and there, like I did with the drop cloth thing. But I don't miss I have years and years and years and years. So when we write, I am grateful for, that is very important. I am grateful for. And not just say my family, my partner, my golden retriever, my chocolate chip cookies. You know, you have to, I am grateful for my golden retriever, because the neurons need to know what to do. Then, and this is what happened with the drop cloth incident. Once, about 21 days it takes for a habit to shift in general, and then something called the Tetris Effect. Actually, it'll start to happen right away, but you start to probably notice it more after a few weeks. When the Tetris Effect is something that the brain loves, about the brain loving patterns. We know the brain loves patterns, positive or negative. So when we've been writing, I am grateful for, I am grateful for, I am grateful for, we automatically start to see the positive in our lives. And so what happened with me, I've been doing this for years and years and years with that drop cloth incident, where I didn't have it for even after 2 days. On day 3, kind of like when you run and like, again, you don't, then you skip, maybe to take a day off is good, but you skip a few days, you really start to feel like, ugh. So I started to feel that. My brain was like, you know, like, where's the gratitude journal? So I can't say enough about it. Oprah does it. That right there is all you need, because it really does work. Gratitude's a fast track to healthy and happy, and I don't think people get it. So every day is Thanksgiving. Every day is Thanksgiving, because when we wake up, like just breathing, like I woke up and I'm breathing. That is so huge, because obviously, think of the alternative. And there are plenty of, millions of people every day who wake up not breathing at all, maybe, or not breathing well, especially with, the Rona going on. And it's just so important. My breath. We also talked about having, a default gratitude. If you're having a hard time, on a particular day, and it's just tough to come up with something. My default, as I mentioned earlier, is my eyesight, because think of how limiting we take so much for granted, myself included, because we all get roped into that, right? Sometimes, and it's so important to keep a leg out of that, and my default is eyesight, and I also have the up close and personal with my brother-in-law, my youngest brother-in-law, Brendan, because he's got a smile on most of the time. He obviously can't drive. Your wings are clipped as a grown-up. You're dependent on other people, and that's gotta suck. To get rides and stuff, and you can't be on your own clock ever. You're sort of at the mercy of when other people want to pick you up, or when other people. And I thought of him just now. Every Thanksgiving, I think of him a lot because I love him. But we all go down. Well, we actually alternate, and it's Massachusetts' turn this year. And so, one of his nieces or nephews, one of our kids, will swing by and pick him up. And I think about this every year, and I try to ask him, what's convenient for you, Brendan? What's convenient? When would you like us to come get you? Because that just has to be such a horrible feeling, to have to be at the mercy of other people. And also, if you just want to leave somewhere, like a party or a get-together, not because anything's wrong, you're just done, right? You got to wait for awful. So the eyesight thing is huge for me. Never mind, because I'm a freedom person. Never mind not being able to see the sunsets and all that stuff. And the other thing is, when we cultivate gratitude and make this, shift into a habit, and it's more than a habit for me, it's a lifestyle. I live, I reside, I breathe in gratitude each and every day. It's not a word I use much, but it is an everyday thing, because when we fill every crevice of our being with gratitude, there is very little room for anything else. I don't think people get that. They think that it's touchy-feely. Oh, I don't have time for gratitude. If you don't have time for gratitude, right there is your problem. Because when we really make an effort, remember, where our effort goes is what's going to be successful, whether that's, pro basketball, your job, your partner, how your lawn looks, wherever the effort goes is what's going to take off, right? And so the gratitude thing, there's just no room for anxiety, sadness. There's no room for any of it, because your heart is filled with gratitude. And the other thing is abundance. Positivity attracts more positivity. We talked about that too. It's not like, let's say, opposites attract. No. Birds of a feather flock together. The good vibes attract more good vibes. It's just how it is. And when we are grateful for what we have, more comes to us. Think about this. Why would God, the source, the universe, give us more when we're not grateful for what we already have? It doesn't make any logical sense if you're a logical person. It's like, well, they're not even caring about that brand new puppy. They're not caring about their health. Both legs work, both arms work, their eyes work. They have, I thank God for my cars, or say the universe, if that's what you do. Because when they're just working, because there's not a good time for a car to break down, to not work, right? Not only the safety issues, but just the inconvenience. There's just so much to be grateful for. And so the universe is not going to move, some more good stuff towards you if you can't even handle what you got. It's just like, I don't know, the spiritual rules or something. I'm not in charge of those. I'm just like observing, all right? And it's definitely been true in my life. The more gratitude we extend out there, the more it comes rolling right back in. The other thing is, we're in a better mood. It's just true. When we're grateful, we just see things through a different lens. And sometimes, people say things, and the rose-colored glasses. Well, you know what I want to say? Why don't you try on a pair, and maybe you'll enjoy your life a little more. Maybe try that, because every day is Thanksgiving. Why do so many of us wait for one day a year to reflect on families and friends, and obviously statistically speaking, which is what I say to my Minecrafters, because when they leave for a break, I say this to them. Obviously, since the greater Burlington area and lots of other people know my backstory, I get that statistically speaking, when I'm looking at 15 students, probably a third of them are going home to situations that are less than ideal, right? And say you can still find gratitude. You can still find gratitude on a mountaintop, on a beach, in a park, and you can get out with a friend if your parents suck. I don't actually say that part, but I say a little. I do say it smoother than that, but I do say it. If you're going home to a situation that's less than ideal, that's usually what I say. Just work around it. Work around it. It's the beauty of being an adult, even a young adult, because you got voice and choice. You have choices. Go out there and find something to be grateful for. Find your simple pleasures and make it work, because all the universe is the universe moves around you. People don't get that. They think it's like metaphysical hokey pokey. I don't know what they think it is, but it's so freaking true. When you change your vibration, I should say, elevate your vibration into this place of gratitude, it opens the door for all the good stuff. That, like, it's so much easier to let go of, like, little shit. I mean, it can be big stuff too, but it's just easier to let go, easier to forgive, easier to just let annoyances go in everyday life. It just becomes so simple. And that opens us up for more gratitude and more gratitude. And before you know it, there's so much abundance rolling in. Like, that's definitely my life. Sometimes it's like a faucet you can't shut off, and of course you don't want to shut it off because it's all good stuff, but wow. And the things that people say, so much kindness, we just attract so much kindness. And it also, when we live a gratitude lifestyle, when we live Thanksgiving every single day, we actually get excited about doing things for other people. It doesn't seem like a job. Oh, it's the holidays, honey. We're both doing so well. Don't you think we should give something to those nice nuns? Well, I mean, okay, yeah, give to the cute little nuns, right? But the thing is, if verses of a should and an ought to and a box checked, we actually, when we practice gratitude, really practice gratitude and embrace it. Hear my passion? There's a lot of passion going on with this gratitude thing. We want to. It's exciting. It's exciting. And for me, a lot of it's very spontaneous. My husband Tommy and I do give to a bunch of things. And actually, they kind of come to us. I don't go looking. I kind of like wait to see what I'm feeling. And okay, good. Okay, that one, because it just feels great. And then physically making an effort. We talked about how much easier it is to write a check than to go do something for somebody. And I'm talking small scale. There are obviously a lot of people on the street right now, and I was just walking through Burlington, and just it was amazing how many people are on the street. And I'm not going to get into saying, so we're not supposed to say what we're doing, but I did some nice things, some kindness. I extended some kindness very spontaneously after having lunch with a journalist friend of mine. I didn't even think about it. It just rolled out of me, and I was like, have a good day. Have a great day. Have the best day you can possibly have, in my head. Sending the good energy. And so every day is Thanksgiving. So when we give to ourselves, we keep ourselves full with gratitude and happy that we can see and hear and touch and taste and walk and breathe and hug people because our arms work. And it's just such a fantastic, just full existence. Like, I feel so full. Yeah. And so that's it. Every day is Thanksgiving. And another thing is, I don't know why people wait, sort of off topic, but that's okay. Why people wait to make a turkey once a year. I make turkeys all the time. They're super economical, healthy. I make soup out of it. It's great. I will tell you that there are turkeys down the street because our farmer neighbor is very nice. He has a business doing that. So I keep, when I go on my runs and walks, I say, girls, live in the moment, especially now. Live in the moment. Message to all of us, because we really, and their destiny is kind of etched for this week. But none of us know when our card's up. We really don't. We really don't. So live in the moment. Be grateful. Fill yourselves up with gratitude, because every day is Thanksgiving. It really is. You'll attract more positivity, happiness, and joy than you can ever imagine living a life of gratitude. Happy Thanksgiving. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from Northern Vermont. Have a mindful, thankful, awesome day.